Mr. Lopez?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Right on. I'm doing well too. Thank you for letting me do those assessments on you the other day. I appreciate it. I was wondering if you wanted to go over them right now with me.
Uh, yes, definitely.
Okay, right on. Sounds good. So I'm gonna go over. So we did three assessments. I'm gonna go over the first one that we did was the modified Barthel, and so pretty much what this assessment is gonna do is it's used to help assess like your self ability for taking care of yourself essentially. And so what we addressed here are the ADLs, functional mobility, and the gait, so how you walk. And so when breaking it down, looking at the assessment results, I can actually see there's a lot of things that you do pretty good. So your chair bed transfer mobility was really good. Your ambulation, so the way you walk, that was good as well. Stair climbing, you do a good job at that. Bowel control, good as well. However, there were some troubled areas that I saw throughout the assessment, such as toilet transfers, bladder control, bathing, dressing, grooming, and feeding. Right? And so then on this one, we take up your score and then we look at it, and essentially you scored 65 out of 100, which qualifies as moderate dependence under this assessment. And so those were your reports for that first one that we did, which was the modified Barthel. The other assessment that we did was that stroke impact scale, and so that's the one that was self-reported. Remember that we went through and you read and you told me which ones applied best to you. And so essentially what was going on in this assessment was being evaluated was your self like report of the disability and health related quality of life after stroke, right? So this is all how you assess it yourself. And so in this assessment, they address the ADLs, cognition, communication, social relationships and support, upper extremity function, which was a big one for you that we were looking at, quality of life, life participation, functional mobility, and general health. So we look at a lot of different areas in this assessment specifically. And so when looking at the results, essentially we could see that you did good in a lot of the cognitive areas. So your memory was really good, thinking ability was good, emotion control was good, your communication was good as well, reading was well, and then your understanding of others was unchallenged. So you were good in all of those areas. However, sorry, the troubled areas for you seem to be more along the physical aspects. So bathing, clipping toenails, getting to the toilet, getting dressed, grooming, things specifically with that have to do with hand motor control seem to be giving you issues. And then on this one it was the so at the end where you perceived your own recovery, you put yourself at 60%, right? So I think that extra 40 could be coming from the physical aspects.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then so the last one that we did was that role checklist. So that was the one where I asked you questions about things that you'd like to do now, did before, or would like to do in the future. And so pretty much from this, the main things that we got was that the most important roles for you was being a father, a husband, a friend, and then fishing, right? So a fisherman. And then we also saw that the things that you would like to do would be give back to fishing, reading books, spending more times with your sons and your daughters, crossword puzzles, and then you said your main one was to regain your hand dexterity, so working on that motor control. And so
Yeah.
essentially where I come in here after addressing all of your assessments and seeing them, I can help you in a couple different areas as we look at it in my profession. So ADLs, that would be helping you with bathing, toileting, feeding, functional mobility, grooming, so helping you get more independent in all of those aspects. We have another category called the IADLs. And so essentially here I could help you out with driving, community mobility, your health management, which you said you were trying to look take care of more, and community engagement, because I know you said that was a big one for you as well. So we can address all of those aspects. And then lastly, looking at like your body functions, we can address so the neuromusculoskeletal functions, muscle and movement functions, performance skills, grips, bends, lifts, handles, all those things. We can address that as well.
Okay.
And so essentially addressing all of these things, we can have some goals that we could work towards. I think a good one would be to increase your independence in your ADLs so you can get to living as independently as possible again. And so we'll go about this by working on your hand dexterity, which you said was one of the big things that you wanted to work on as well, so we can work on that. And then increasing your body function, so we get back to the grips, the handles, the lifts. We can work on all of those things. And then we can also work on social participation, getting you back into the community at La Paloma, going to things on the weekends, and whenever we can. So those are all things that we can work on together, and help you get better.
Thank you.
Does that sound good?
Yes.
All right, sounds good. We'll get to working on that. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Jeez. Okay, man.